It's about 6:40 in the morning, and Cicely and I are on the North Country Trail. That's the North Country Trail portion of the Manistee River Loop Trail. Depending on who you read, it's anywhere from 20 to 23 miles to do the whole loop. We're going to try to do it in one day. We're about probably a little over a mile into it now. Cicely doesn't know how far we're going, and so she's all gung-ho to go as fast as she can. But it's a beautiful trail and beautiful morning, just past sunrise. Want to get on the trail as soon as possible because we're going to try to do it all in one day. If we don't do it in one day, it's going to get dark and we don't have a tent, so we are going to do it in one day. Finish the loop or bust. I'll be taking some pictures and doing a few more videos as we get to interesting locations. This is something I've wanted to do for about 5 years. And last night we drove up after I finished work, and we parked in the Upper River trailhead parking lot and did some car camping. And since most people who do this trail do it in 2 or 3 days, I believe we were the only people that were actually in the parking lot, although there were probably over 20 cars there. Most people were out on the trail somewhere. So it was nice and quiet. Anyway, we're off on our adventure. Looking forward to see how things go here. We're now about 3 miles into the hike. One of the neat things about this forest is that it's covered in a carpet of ferns. You can see they're just everywhere. And it is hilly, not any big hills, but there is some up and down. This trail a lot of it seems to hug the side of the hills, like you can see now in this video. Cicely still has no idea how far we have to go, so she wants to go faster than what she should. I think when we get to the end, she'll be less tuggy. When I started the hike, it was about 50 degrees or so. It's July 10th, 2021. But it's already getting warmer. I do have a long sleeve, light sweatshirt on, very light. That'll probably be coming off soon. It's starting to get warmer. On this side of the river, by the way, we're going clockwise around the loop. There are not a lot of great views of the river itself. We're back a little bit further off the river, and I suppose if there were no trees, there would be better views, but there are lots of trees. And this is to show you, that's one of the campsites over there with some fellow hikers. Looks like they're not up yet. Good for them. And you can see, looks like they have some of their food tied up in a tree, which protects it from critters getting into it. I suspect the main concern is black bears. I have not seen any bears on this trail. I've not seen much of anything in the way of wildlife this morning. Not as many bugs as I thought there'd be, mosquitoes, so that's good. We're just over 9 miles into the hike, and we're off of the North Country Trail, and we're alongside the Manistee River. We haven't crossed the river yet, but beautiful views. There's some people fishing down there. Let's see if we can see their boat down there. Yeah. Cicely's still doing real good and having a great time. Great views of the river. And we'll be crossing a bridge here in a few minutes that will get us to the other side. It's a suspension bridge. It's a pedestrian bridge. So that'll begin the second half, although I believe there are more miles to go on that side than this side because it's not as direct, it's more windy. But it's kind of the halfway point. At least it will feel like that. All right, we are finally at the suspension bridge that crosses the river over to the other side. I guess that would be the west side or southwest side. My directions are all wonky here. Beautiful river. The water is crystal clear. It can be a great place to go canoeing or kayaking. There's another guy fishing down over there. Gone over 10 miles now, and probably have about 13 more to go. We're at about the 12-mile mark. Plugging along here. Probably have another 11 miles to go or so. So that means I think I'm past the halfway point. Looks like there's a little waterfall over here. We'll go check that out. If we can get at a good angle to see it. Not a lot of waterfalls in lower Michigan. And this is more just sliding down the mud there. That's something. And you can see the river down there. Do get some good views from time to time. I'll keep the video going here. So I think there might be a good view up here. there are a lot of places where the trees obscure the view, so. There we are. There are a few little creeks along here, and they have little bridges for us to cross, which is nice. Come on. Anyway, we'll check in again another few miles. All right, we're at the 16-mile mark. There's been a little bit up and down. A lot of it's been flat like this. Again, beautiful forest. One foot in front of the other. We're still going. Cicely doesn't know how to get tired. Yeah, we're just keeping on going. Maybe another 5 miles or so we'll be done. We just passed 19 miles. Views like this will be ending soon. I'll miss them. We'll come back. We're over 43,000 steps for the day. Well, Cicely probably has more because her steps are smaller, but she's having fun. I think if I asked her to come again, she would gladly do it. But yeah, the views that you get on the hills over the river are just amazing. And it makes me want to come back here in the fall and do the same thing when all the fall colors are out. That would be awesome, especially if it was a sunny day like today. All right, onward we go. All right, we're crossing the bridge. It gets us over to the other side of the river. Then we've got another half mile till we're back to the car. So we're really getting close. I've got, let's see here, do this. I'm carrying Cicely because I'm not sure how hot the pavement is, so I don't want her feet to be burned after hiking for as far as we've done. I didn't check before I started this. I'm sure it's over 20 miles now though. So, beautiful day. It is getting a bit warm though. Okay, we're just about at the end here. Upper River Trailhead, that is where we parked. So we have gone just about 21 miles and it's taken us 9 hours. So that was pretty good. It said I burned about 4,400 calories. I don't know if I believe that or not. That was using the All Trails app. For the most part, I stayed on the trail. I did make a few wrong turns. Some of those wrong turns took me a little bit longer than the official trail. Some made it shorter. None of it was intentional. It just happened. According to the iPhone here, it says I took about 44,000 steps. Getting close to 45,000 steps. This makes it as far as I know, and I should know because I was there, the longest hike I've ever done in my 59 years. And it would make Cicely's longest hike she's ever done in her 4 years. She's still a go-go. I'm sure she's looking forward to a nice long drink when we get to the car, because we're just about there. She's had lots of drinks along the way, but I'm sure she'll crash in the car and probably conk out for the 3.5-hour drive home. I wouldn't mind doing that myself, but someone's got to drive, and Cicely is totally unwilling to do so. All right, this is the trailhead right here. That's where we started this morning. And parking lot still has lots of cars, not completely full, which is good. That means that if someone were to come on a Saturday evening, they would likely still have a place to park if they wanted to do half the trail on Saturday and half on Sunday. Beautiful scenery, good exercise. I listened to about 7 hours of podcasts while I walked, so that was kind of nice. And here's our car, right where we left it. We're going to sign out.